I've been a professional for over 10 years now, 12 years. Always loved PLO, played Hold'em before. So kind of the reason led me towards PLO 5 was like the interest in 5 card, also 6 card, different games. Felt like there might be some more opportunities there. And what I noticed was there was wasn't much coaching or information available on 5 cards.
I looked for a different variation of poker, and I looked to learn a new variation of poker. And from what I saw, the team actually offered everything that I was looking for. They offer coaching, they offer stacking, and they offer a community, which is something that was very important to me, something that I never had in the poker life.
I've been a lone wolf basically during my whole career. I think that's how most poker players operate, I guess. And I didn't think that I would benefit from being in a community. I thought that I was doing fine on my own. And I obviously got to learn that that was not true, that I did way better with others that think alike and share the same goals and want the same thing basically.
By having a team, you get this opportunity to work with guys, not just for a couple of months or a few weeks, but to work with them over years and really see them, get to milestone 1, get to milestone 2, and see them develop, not just as poker players, but as people and as men, and really kind of become successful in areas not just specific to poker, but their whole life. You see them kind of evolve as people. And that, as a coach, is, I think, the most rewarding thing.
It has had a big impact on my life. I've been living with some teammates, so we've been building grind houses and living with guys, so that has been great. And also financially, being able to get to much higher stakes than I used to play before I joined the team. That has been obviously great. So yeah, it has had a very big impact on my life positively, and I'm very thankful for the team. It's been very great.
I mean, in the life of a poker player, there's more to solve than just the game that you play for a living. There's where to live, who to marry, how to have your family, there's many things to solve. And some of that stuff is probably more important to your happiness than just your win rate.
I think especially too, that for longevity in poker. Because anyone can kind of do it for a couple years. Maybe you run kind of well, and maybe you, I've often heard of poker players who have had short-term success and maybe built up bad habits of during that time. And if the goal is to have longevity in poker and create balance in your life, whether that's through family or a lifestyle thing or something like that, but you really need to start being mindful of some of these positive habits and the mindset of things. And then,
I obviously entered this for my career. I wanted to become a better poker player and the best poker player I could be. And that's what I thought I would get when joining. But I didn't realize how much, especially the mindset coaching, would affect my everyday life, my interactions with my wife, with my kids, with my friends and family. It's been invaluable. And I know they've noticed the change in me as well. Just my life structure, my goals, everything is much more aligned with what I want, and also my family sees that or everybody around me, I guess, how much better I feel in general being a part of this. So yeah, I did not expect that, but that was huge benefits for sure.
When things are going really well, it's sort of easy to motivate yourself and stuff. But you know, we have a team, or sorry, group of like, you know, I don't know, 40 people, and obviously with the nature of poker, things aren't always going well. So there are people doing great, people not so great, majority in the middle. And sort of getting to see those things, it can be quite grounding. Like when you're crushing, to see that another player you have huge respect for, and you know he's working as hard as you, playing as good as you, and he's not getting the results. And then vice versa, if you're not going through such a good period, it's, you know, nice to see, hey, there's Martin, he's, you know, crushing, you know, and he's putting in the work. So I think that's for me, like, and it's a good way to like hold yourself accountable in terms of like, we do a lot of work on like health, and like I got into like meditation, and look, all these things I don't operate perfect, but if you start with a really strong base, you have all this really, really good information, it's really, really easy to pick the bets that work best for you.
We have study groups 4 times a week. We have mindset group sessions once a week.
Yeah.
And all the players have their own personal blog. And so in this blog, this is where they'll do some things like challenges. So it might be, you know, this month I'm doing a volume goal plus a workout goal plus a meditation goal. Meditation is something that we really value in our community. And so it might be like, you know, I want to get 20,000 hands, do 4 workouts a week, and I want to do yoga and meditate 5 times a week, things like that.
It made me a stronger person in terms of mindset. The mindset work in Poker Spirit is really amazing. Of course, it also helped my game a lot, strategy-wise, so that's something definitely not to neglect. To become a better poker player, to have a stronger mindset, so it helped me improve actually in all areas.
Doing this interview from a house in Las Vegas where there are like 20 friends outside waiting. So I think this is like probably the biggest benefit, the community, the new friends that I've got all over the world. I already met with a lot of people like during this year. I met with Kirill, who is from Ukraine. We met twice already. I met with all the guys are here from Sweden, from the US, from Brazil, from everywhere in the world. So meeting a lot of people, meeting a lot of cultures, having new friends, I would say that this is the second benefit after the money.
We have players from all over the world, right? We have a number of guys from Sweden, we have a number of guys from Israel, we have a number of guys, I think we have 34 countries represented and 40 players, which is kind of nuts, right? Like I don't think that's common. But at the same time, like, I feel like we're closer knit than a team where everyone lives in the same country, because our guys, like, they're face to face 4 or 5 times a week, you know, on Zoom calls, during mindset sessions, during strategy sessions. You know, we have loads of study groups meeting every week, you know, for different stake levels. We have, you know, GTO study, we have exploitive study, you know, hand history reviews, topic concepts, all different kinds of, you know, ways that the guys interact with each other and get to know each other. And, you know, I just think that maybe for us, because we know that, you know, we're interspersed around the world, but it's also, it makes it more interesting, you know, like everybody has so much to teach, not just about poker and how they view the game, but also about, like, you know, how life is in their part of the world and their culture. And like, I've learned way more about Sweden, for example, by having, you know, 3 or 4 Swedish guys in the team. I've learned more about many parts of the world. And I think it's kind of a richness in your quality of life to have friends all over the world and to learn about the world everywhere you go.
I was appealed to the idea of joining a team because I had previously so often worked alone in poker, or like maybe with 1 or 2 other guys. I didn't even realize like how much value I would receive in that regard. And so I think that's been the thing that in my own experience probably surprised me the most. And it's also like the most value that I got.
The way we always like look out for each other no matter what, it's not only about the poker. Like for example, we had people that have been through tough situations in Iran, in Turkey with the earthquakes, in Ukraine with the war there, and like we'd all been doing everything we can basically to help, like sending money or whatever, you know. And I think that's really nice. I mean, most of these people, they never met before, and they still like do everything they can to help each other. So that means we built a really strong community, and yeah, I think that's also a benefit that I did not expect coming into this. So.
I think I would recommend this to anyone who wants to really take poker seriously. Maybe already like professional players who are kind of struggling in their current format, whatever it is, and looking for new direction. I think it's a great opportunity for players like that who are already like a bit deeper into poker and are looking for something new. But yeah, I think mostly for that type of players, but also for like newer players. If you are like very ambitious, like you can get to like very high level at the game in like pretty short time if you actually really put in the work.
You excel your learning curve a lot by being around people who want the same thing and work towards the same goal. I don't think you can ever get to the same level being completely on your own, so it's extremely helpful to be in a community like this.
So the most important thing that we look for in a new player is that they have to be in alignment with our values. You know, there's many successful poker players I would never sign because working with them wouldn't be a pleasant experience, right? We're looking for people who add value to the community, who help make it better, right? So it's not just important to be a good poker player because we're really good at training people to be good poker players. It's probably important to be smart enough, you know, and to be driven enough that we can train the person, but like, it's very hard to change someone's personality, you know, and most people don't want to change their personality. So it's very important that a person, what they value in life, you know, are things like growth, things like contribution, things like helping the people around them, providing value for others. Because when you do that, like, you're gonna get more back, right? Like the guys that make an effort to give value to the community, everyone in the community wants to reciprocate. It's like this law of reciprocity. When someone does good for you, you want to do good for them. So the people who come into our community is a place to give value. Maybe they're not the most skilled poker player, but they can give value in other ways. Everyone has life experience. Everyone who is a skilled poker player, they see that and that, hey, that's the guy I want to help. That's the guy I'm going to comment his blog when he's on a downswing. I'm going to offer to do a one-on-one with him, this kind of thing. So like when we have the right culture fit, you know, it doesn't matter if someone's playing 4 cent, 8 cent, or like 50, 100. They'll be a fit for our team.
Join the team.